If you think we've seen the best KHAMZAT CHIMAEV, 14-0, 6 knockouts, 6 submissions, 2 decisions, my friends, one of the fastest rises to a title shot, an absolute destroyer, one of the most destroying fighters that we've ever had in the UFC. If you think that we've seen the best KHAMZAT, think again, because I'm telling you guys right now, he's training with one of the best strength and conditioning coaches that we've ever seen in MMA history, my friends. Coach Sam Calavitta, a 17-time Ironman triathlon competitor himself. At one time, he was regarded as one of the best calculus math teachers in the whole world, my friends. I mean, dude, this guy, when it comes to working out, strength and conditioning, even the weight cuts, he is an expert. He breaks everything down mathematically, systematically. He knows every single thing. You know, not only is he training KHAMZAT CHIMAEV, but you see him training with Aaron Pico. My friends, he is known for strength and conditioning and getting fighters into the best shape of their possible lives. And you guys know there's a lot of rumors of, oh, KHAMZAT CHIMAEV, he doesn't have good endurance. That's going to be the problem in this 5-round fight with DDP. Well, you guys, I understand DDP is an absolute warrior. The South African himself, man, is just an absolute phenom. He came in there in his last couple fights fighting Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland, taking them out, beating Derek Brunson, my friends. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, UFC 319 taking place in Chicago, my friends, is going to be absolutely amazing. The odds right now, I see KHAMZAT CHIMAEV as the favorite in this fight against DDP. And I understand, man, when I seen this fight drop and when I seen the rise of DDP, I always thought to myself that KHAMZAT CHIMAEV is the better fighter. Yes, DDP has been looking absolutely amazing in his last couple fights, but look who he's been fighting. He fought against Israel Adesanya, who at the time, yes, he's an absolute great world champion, one of the greatest middleweight champions that we ever had. But my guy is 1-4 in his last 5 fights, my friends. So it's not looking as such a great win as it is. You've seen his last 2 victories before that. You know, he fought Sean Strickland, then fought Izzy, and fought Sean Strickland in his last fight, my friends. And you guys, they weren't the most exciting fights. DDP went in there and just outskilled Sean Strickland. But we all know Sean Strickland doesn't shoot takedowns. In a fight where he should have shot takedowns, he didn't. DDP has never faced a wrestler like KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. He faced Robert Whittaker and finished him. We thought Robert Whittaker was a good wrestler. You know, he shoots takedowns every now and then. But what did KHAMZAT do to him? He proved that wrong, that there's levels to wrestling when it comes to that. Derek Brunson, not even on the same level, not even on the same goddamn level as KHAMZAT CHIMAEV at all. Sean Strickland, I'm telling you guys right now, you know, Sean Strickland and KHAMZAT CHIMAEV used to train together. They had a couple training sessions together, and I'm telling you right now, I believe KHAMZAT CHIMAEV would have finished Sean Strickland in round 1 if they ever fought. I think it's an easy takedown. I think he would have took Sean down, absolutely broken his face in like he did against Robert Whittaker, my friends. And hey, I think he's going to come into this fight against Dricus Du Plessis and do the same thing. DDP has not fought a wrestler like KHAMZAT CHIMAEV in a long goddamn time or ever in his career. And all of a sudden, now you're getting a guy who shoots takedowns relentlessly. He shoots real takedowns, like actual doubles, real wrestling takedowns, not these silly little things from the outside, my people. One thing that I do want to talk about is, you know, KHAMZAT CHIMAEV's last fight was literally a year and a half ago against Robert Whittaker. And even though it was absolutely impressive, he got the first round finish, breaking Robert Whittaker's face in. If you look at the fight before that against Kamaru Usman, a 3-round fight that we can actually break down some of KHAMZAT CHIMAEV's skills, he does have a couple suspect moves. Now, you know, in that first round, he shoots the takedown. He absolutely controls Kamaru Usman, and you're thinking, wow, man, he came out ferocious. Is his endurance, is his stamina going to be able to withhold himself? The second round, he comes out and is flat. He stops throwing as many feints. You know, one of the best things about KHAMZAT is feints. He's never just standing there, you know, leaving his head on the line, my friends. He's always moving. He's always ducking. He's always throwing feints at you, whether it's with his kicks, whether it's with his hands. And in the second round, he stopped letting his hands go, which allowed Kamaru Usman to start getting off. Now, I thought it was 1-1 going into round 3. And at the beginning of round 3, Kamaru Usman starts to land combinations on KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. And that's when I said, wow. But all of a sudden, KHAMZAT CHIMAEV gets the takedown, finishes the fight with 3 minutes on top, my friends, and ends up winning the fight by decision. Now, let me tell you guys, if DDP can stop the takedowns of KHAMZAT Chimaev, like how Kamaru Usman was able to do in round 2 and in the first half of round 3, my friends, then DDP can have success. Kamaru Usman, who's not even the best striker or as good as a striker as DDP, was landing big punches on KHAMZAT Chimaev. So if he can stop the takedowns, I believe he can strike with KHAMZAT Chimaev. And if he can take it to the deep waters, then we're going to see if the Sam Calavitta training has helped them at all, my friends. But I still think KHAMZAT Chimaev is such a relentless wrestler. Where he's training at right now with the training lab, training with Aaron Pico, I think he's going to be a whole different monster. I think he's going to come into this fight, look for the takedown, and I honestly think he's going to get the submission win over DDP, and we're going to have a new world champion with the name KHAMZAT Chimaev, man. Hey, leave a like on the channel. Give me you guys' predictions in the comments, my friends. Subscribe, and I'm out, man.